Not many companies can claim the same level of achievement as Alamos Gold. With vision, perseverance, and business acumen, John McCluskey is a true testament to the heights that can be reached under unparalleled leadership.
We started back in 1994. I moved to Toronto, and I didn't have an office. I was working out of a spare bedroom. And today we're, $5.5 billion.
John's capacity to take action when others hesitate has rocketed Alamos Gold to extraordinary heights.
Island Gold is part of the Metropolitan Belt. The market had a very dim view of that area. There had been a number of exploration projects that had not gone well. When we looked very closely at their resources, we saw that they were very high quality and that they would continue to convert on a one-to-one basis over time. The major resistance we had was the fact that our shareholders were not going to vote in favor of the transaction. We went to work trying to convince everybody that we were right about this.
An entrepreneurial spirit landed John in the mining sector, but throughout his career, it has been his keen ability to interpret the market and to make strategic moves that have kept him there.
We wouldn't get very far without the stock market, and in Canada, the stock market wouldn't have got very far without the mining industry.
While chasing uncertainty is uncomfortable business, John would much rather fairly convey the perils at hand than ask anyone to take a leap of faith.
With our investors, I think having that ethical standard is very important. If you walk up to somebody and say, look, the risk isn't really there at all, it's a sure bet, how do you think they're going to feel when your sure thing doesn't come in? We have to make sure that we characterize those risks fairly.
When he came upon the chance to acquire Island Gold from Richmont Mines, he knew it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The geological data looked good, but that wasn't enough for some.
Investors tend to be skeptical when the gold price is down. Now, that's often the best time to make an acquisition. And we agreed to pay about $620 million US for that.
Despite Alamos's track record and the strategic and economic rationale offered in support of the transaction, on the day of the acquisition in 2017, the stock plummeted by a staggering 17%.
Suffice to say, our investors were not pleased with the acquisition. That's always going to be difficult to overcome, and you never want to be in a position where the entire street is wrong and you're right. And that's a terribly uncomfortable position to be in.
With the deal done and investor confidence at an all-time low, it was time to get to work.
The biggest challenge for me in order to build Alamos Gold was going to be the building of a management team. And I'm very proud of the fact that we've stayed together so long.
Top priority was to establish meaningful, long-lasting, and mutually beneficial partnerships with the First Nations and Indigenous communities.
Development of mining projects today, it's done with an attitude that this isn't going to just be of benefit to our shareholders and our employees, it's also going to be of benefit to the First Nations. And I think by listening and working in a collaborative way, I believe that we're going to produce a much better result.
5 years on, Alamos Gold has nothing left to prove. Reserves and resources have almost tripled, and the life of the mine doubled. Now, the company with humble beginnings holds its place among the largest and most profitable gold mines this country has ever seen. In celebration of his strength of leadership and ability to recognize opportunities in the acquisition and development of the Island Gold Mine in Northern Ontario, John McCluskey is the recipient of the PDAC 2023 Viola R. MacMillan Award.